aka Mommafriendly, and I do all sorts of videos on my channel, from cooking videos to planner videos, vlogs, hauls, homeschool videos with a Disney twist, a little bit of everything. So if any of that sounds like fun to you, I hope that you'll subscribe and join me on my YouTube adventure. Today's video is a collab. It is a monthly series hosted by my friend Melissa at I'm Merely Melissa. I'm gonna have Melissa's channel linked in the description box, along with a link to the playlist for this month, so you can see what all of my friends put together as well. Now this collab is called Clutter Free in 2023. Now if you've been following me on Instagram or even in my daily vlogs on this channel, you'd have seen that since November 27th, 2022, I've been embarking on my own sort of decluttering journey. Completely by happenstance, I realized on November 27th that if I started counting that day, there were 400 days between then and the end of 2023. So I thought to myself, if I commit to throw out one thing a day, starting now, November 27th of 2022, then I will have gotten rid of at least 400 things by 2024. And so the hashtag 400 by 2024 was born. There's a few people already in on the challenge where they're just posting every day what they've gotten rid of, and I could be better about posting it on Instagram. I'm better about posting it in my daily vlogs, but regardless, I would love for you to join us. So when Melissa told me that she came up with this series idea for YouTube, I thought this is perfect. I can put together a compilation and show you guys what I'm throwing out every day, so that I'm giving you guys a month-to-month check-in, not only so you can see what all I'm getting out of my house in 2023, but also kind of to help hold me accountable. So with that being said, let me show you what I got rid of in this past month. All right, Pallies, so last month I did a lot of work in here in my homeschool therapy area for the kiddo, and I thought that for the following month I would probably work on a different room in the house just for funsies, but there's still so many things in here that I could stand to declutter and donate. More importantly, I've set up so that the veterans, the local veterans in my area, can come do a home pickup because it's so many things later on in the month. So in the spirit of that, I'm gonna try to gather another 30 things for the 30 days of April in this room that I can box up and donate to the Veterans Association. They tend to distribute these to communities in need. It's a great organization. They're not going to resell it, which was my concern with donating, is that I didn't want my stuff to end up somewhere where somebody was going to turn a profit on it. I wanted it to be able to go directly to people that could use it. And it turns out this is the way to go. So I also don't want this video to be super long, because the last one, since I was doing it day by day and actually like organizing my stuff and going through my stuff in the process, it ended up being almost an hour long, and I apologize for that. I really tried to make it as short as possible. But what I did this time, or what I'm doing this time, is that I just already looked around the room and picked out 30 things that can definitely be decluttered, whether they're being donated or being thrown away. So I'm just gonna show you the 30 things that are meant to represent the 30 days of April, because I am throwing out one item a day all through 2023, so that I am clutter free by 2024, 400 things in 400 days. So with all that being said, let's begin. First thing I'm gonna get rid of almost seems a shame because my son really likes it, but it's taking up a lot of space and we don't ever really use it. It's a gong that we used for our China homeschool unit study. I'll post that video up here in case you guys want to check it out. We're doing homeschooling throughout all of Epcot in Walt Disney World this year. And this was the instrument that we learned about when we studied China. But again, taking up too much space, so it's going to go. What will the veterans do with it? Who is it going to end up with? I have no idea, but that's going to be their situation to figure out. Next, we have a bunch of these fidget balls, and we don't use these for anything, but they're a great sensory toy, sensory activity, especially for younger kiddos. They're brand new, they're in great shape. We just never get around to using them. So this is going to be Even though it's 5 things, we're gonna count them as one thing that's going right now. Sorry if I keep disappearing off camera. I actually have the boxes set up behind you. So whenever I'm finding a thing, I'm going ahead and packing it up as I go to kind of make my job a little easier. Item number 3, CVC toolbox. So consonant, vowel, consonant. If anybody that ends up with this box happens to be a homeschooler, they're going to be in absolute heaven. This is a great tool for starting spelling for 3-letter words, but we're way past that, and so it doesn't make sense for me to keep this. This would also be great for maybe my son's therapy center, so I might reach out to them first to see if they can use it, but regardless, it's leaving today. Here's another really great homeschooling resource, Matthew C. Manipulatives. It's a textile sort of math system. So rather than doing everything on paper, you actually use little plastic blocks to count things out. It's great if you're a visual learner or if you're a tactile learner, somebody that needs to actually get in there with your hands. We don't need it, we're getting rid of it. Items number 5, because there's 2 of them, are these DVDs and math workbooks that go along with the manipulatives. So again, it's a full set. This isn't even open, so we're getting rid of it all right now. Item 6, jumbo magnetic design shapes. We have a bunch of different toys that pretty much serve the same function. And as you can see, again, this has never been opened, so it doesn't make sense to keep it and have it take up more space. Number 7, printing practice dry erase activity book. It's literally covered in dust and never been used. This happens a lot in our house because not so much now during the pandemic, but before the pandemic, anytime I would go to the Dollar Tree, anytime I would go to Target and hit up that dollar spot, if I saw something that sounded fun, that looked like it could be fun, a good learning opportunity for the kiddo, whether now or sometime in the distant future, I'd buy it. So there's a lot of things in here that are brand new, and either it's so far in the future when we're going to actually get to use it that it doesn't make sense to hold on to it this whole time, or it's way in the past now, like we've completely outgrown it and I just forgot I had it, or I bought multiples of the same thing because I kept forgetting that I already owned one, and so these things never got around to being used. Sad but true, but being a homeschooling shopaholic is no reason to have a cluttered home on top of everything else. Item number 8, sight word puzzles, level 3. I'm sure level 1 and 2 are around there somewhere, but it's just very simple puzzles for very simple words. We don't need it anymore. Kiddo loves puzzles, but I'm not going to keep it just for that, and it's still wrapped. We have a bunch of highlights books. We have one that's for writing practice, and then we've got puzzle books, sticker fun, lots of sticker fun ones actually. And what are you? The hidden pictures. I was obsessed with highlights as a child. I was very much a highlights kid. We had a subscription to the magazine. We loved it. I really hoped that kiddo would love it too. Turns out he's not as much of a fan, and so that's a little sad for me, but it is what it is. So we're gonna count this as items 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 items that we're getting rid of so far. And just like that, we're halfway there. This video is gonna be way shorter than the last one. I'm very proud of myself for that. Okay, so we've got our photo tile set, initials and final consonants. And yeah, as you can see, it's magnets and they're kind of like foamy. So one side is all pictures of various things. And the other side is the words that go along with said pictures. The idea is to build vocabulary because you're able to match, sorry that was out of focus, but you see what it says. You can match the picture to the words. And yeah, I don't think, even though this could potentially still be useful for us, we never reach for it. And it's a very big box taking up a lot of shelf space. So if I need it again at a future date, then I guess we'll buy it again. But for right now, it doesn't make sense for us to keep it if we're never gonna reach for it. So there we go. Item 18, Miniland activity shapes. We really like these sorts of things because it's a visual that you can follow to create a 3D. And that's a skill that once you've mastered it is really helpful for all sorts of real life and like life skill type applications. But This particular thing of like threading and stuff, my son is not really into it, and we've had this for a really long time. So I figure if he was ever going to be into it, the time would have come, and it hasn't. So I'm going to get rid of that. More of these literacy manipulatives, alphabet letters and pictures superset. So again, this one is mostly letters, lots of letters. They're foamy magnets as well. And then it brings some other magnets that are the items. And the idea is that you pick up an item and then use the letter magnets to spell out that word. So again, you're learning reading, you're learning recognition of the items, you're learning spelling. Lots of fun to be had here, but we've had this for a really long time and we never reach for it. So again, it's taking up loads of space. I don't want it to keep taking up so much space, because if there's one thing we don't have here, it's space. So off it goes. Item number 20. This was actually a hand-me-down from one of my mom's co-workers' kids, and we've never played with it. Although this does seem like a game that kiddo would enjoy. We're all about this month is about getting rid of things that we just don't reach for. This is bingo, but it's picture bingo. And yeah, it looks like it's a lot of fun. I don't know if there's pieces missing because I didn't buy this myself. Like I said, it was a hand-me-down. So hopefully whoever else gets it will use it or can use it, but it's leaving here. We have a Crayola color chemistry set. It is brand new. We've never used it. Getting rid of it. That's it. That's the only explanation. I don't want to keep repeating myself. You guys already know what's up. Item number 22, brand new puzzle, learning for classifying. Classifying like things to eat, what are instruments, what are places to live. Kiddo could probably use this, but there's so few things in each category that he's just going to master the puzzle right away, and then it's not going to be useful anymore for actually learning classifications. So while learning classifications is important and we definitely need to get on track doing that, I don't think that's going to be the way to do it with my son. So it could be useful for somebody, but not for us. We've got this giant box of Lego, and kiddo has never really been into Lego. You would think, it's funny because it's one of the like autism stereotypes that like, oh, but autistic kids love Legos. Yeah, maybe a lot of them do. Not mine. That's a generalization that does not apply here. So this is a lot of Legos. They are the Duplos, which are the kind that are meant for smaller hands. And so hopefully some kiddo out there will really enjoy playing with these, because my son certainly does not. Oof, I'm all covered in dust. We have a big old bag of pipe cleaners. Honestly, I probably will not donate these. I might just throw them out. We just have way too many to ever use. We do use these for crafts and stuff, but we don't need this amount, so I'm just gonna get rid of that. We have a small weighted vest here, and it's got all the weights inside for storage purposes. My son never used it with all the weights, but it's basically a sensory tool. What does it say on the back? My band rocks. Okay, obviously I chose this one just because it happened to be the correct size for my son, but it's literally that. It's a vest. It's got pockets in it that hold little sandbags. It's got all this Velcro because you can make it as tight as you want on the sides here. And it does weigh, it's very heavy. But if you're a person that needs compression for your proprioceptive or vestibular senses to feel regulated, then this is a fantastic tool to have. Kiddo's outgrown this one, and we already have one that does fit him. So again, hopefully there's a kiddo in need. Actually, this one I might actually donate to the therapy center, because I'm sure there's a bunch of kiddos that pass through there that really could use this, and their parents might not even know that this is an option. And so this could be something that will help a lot of families just by having it at the center so that they can spread the gospel basically. So I'll let that go to them. Just 5 things left to go to hit our goal of 30. And the next thing I have on my list is, here we go, our EduShape Magic Shapes. This is a lot like something else that I just showed you guys, where it's magnets. These are foamy magnets though, but it's just shapes so that you can build and, you know, stuff like that. Kiddo's not really into this sort of thing. Again, the whole Legos or building, or that's not what he likes. He's a puzzle dude. Puzzles are life. So these other sorts of building things, some kiddo will use them. not mine. Fishing for sight words, level 3. I got rid of level 2 in the last video, so level 1 must still be bouncing around here somewhere. But it's a really cute little game, and it's meant for sight word recognition, but we know all these sight words, and we recently tried to play with one of these, and he just did not care. So that's gone. This giant thing, CVC Word Work Center, is taking up an entire cubby, and it's more about like letter recognition. Again, a lot of spelling 3-letter words with little letters here. My son loves these sorts of activities, as you can tell by the vast variety of them that we have, but he's really outgrown this before he got a chance to really use it. So this will make somebody very happy, a homeschooling family probably, but we don't need it. Okay, last couple things. Word building tiles. This appears to just be, yeah, these are just letters. I might not get rid of this actually, because maybe kiddo can use this with his new therapist that we're gonna meet soon. I might keep this, but that means I have to find something else to sacrifice in its place. Okay, there we go. This can go instead. My first 100 words flashcards, I can guarantee that kiddo knows all of these words. He can spell all of these words. He recognizes them. So this can actually be a great little set to go with the consonant vowel consonant word work center. There we go. We have one item left to toss, and that's going to be our Kiwi Crate Eureka Box situation here. I got my son an annual subscription, so every month he's receiving one of these kits, and it comes with what's the word? It's like die cut, I think, wooden pieces to build all sorts of stuff. This one happens to be build your own soap dispenser, and I got it with the intention of daddy helping him build these things so they could do it together. But this is meant for kids 14 and up, and even with daddy's help, the projects are really too complicated for him to focus on for any amount of time. So unfortunately, that means that for now we can't use them. They're pretty big boxes, so keeping 12 of them just around for the next few years doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So I figure instead we will donate this as well, and hopefully some older kiddos will have some fun putting these together. So there you have it, guys. A very quick and efficient video. Just like that, we got rid of 30 things. We're donating them to people and places that can use them, which makes me feel really good. I have a lot more space, hopefully not to just fill with extra stuff now. Try to organize everything in a way that makes sense with all this new extra room. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling good about these 30 things in April. So hope you guys enjoyed watching me declutter my homeschool room, and potentially you'll see more of this space in videos to come. All right, guys, there you have it. That's what I've decluttered in this last month. Was there anything you saw that was a little bit surprising, maybe? Can you relate to having all these random things just thrown about your house that maybe you don't need? And are you maybe on a decluttering mission of your own this year? Tell me about it in the comments, and I'd love for you to join the hashtag 400 by 2024, because I'd love to see what random things people are finding around their houses and giving the old heave-ho. Before you go, make sure to check out Melissa's channel in the description box, and also that playlist so you can see what all my friends decluttered this month as well. And as always, I want to thank you all so much for being here and watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, I hope that you'll please give it a big thumbs up. I'd also love it if you'd subscribe and click that notification bell, because I post at least 3 times a week and I wouldn't want you to miss a minute. Thanks so much again for watching. Bye!